Okay, we are off to the races. Good morning, everybody. Again, Mike Anderson here with the other members of the Connected Agent team, Aaron Cassover, Jonas Roser, Travis McQueen, and Wes LaFave all with us here this morning. As always, we've got some really good stuff for you here, and we've come up with a pretty thorough agenda, we believe, to cover a lot of different things that we want to get addressed. So that said, and with no further ado, I'll turn it over to Aaron. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
Mic level is good, so go right ahead.
Okay, good. Can you see my screen okay?
I have your screen, yes, sir.
Okay, good. So happy April, everybody. Hope you're having a good spring so far. We've got a few things to talk about today. As always, want to check in on a couple things. And then we have a really cool new feature rolling out to the platform. Really cool, which is some social media integration that I'm super excited about. And so we're going to show you a little bit about how that works and how you can get set up so that when this goes live, you can take advantage of it. And then finally, we will open up the microphones and talk about what you want to talk about. So first off, let's just kind of dive in and check in on a few things. So we know that we're posting to the blog twice a month. You're getting some blog posts, new stuff, and we encourage you to share those blog posts. And so I just wanted to kind of get a show of hands of people who have taken a recent blog post and shared it somewhere, either through social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, or Twitter, or Google+, or you've emailed it out to people. Just want to see if anybody's taking advantage of the blog posts right now. So if you have done anything, well, let's say in the last month, with the blog posts, could you just raise your hand, please? I'll give a second for the hands to come up, and then Mike, maybe you can let me know what you see.
Well, scarily and unfortunately, not very much, but I know Bob Bates did some things there, so we could talk to Bob if you'd like about that. Okay.
Yeah, let's chat with Bob for a second.
Bob, you are unmuted. Aaron's here, and we will talk with Doug Shields here in a minute, but go ahead, Aaron.
Hi, Bob. Sorry to put you on the spot here.
That's all right. I'm Kim Schulteis. I'm Bob's assistant, and I raised the hand.
She's Bob's tech wizard.
Yeah.
So.
Well, tell us about what you've done with the blog posts in the last month.
Well, we're still really new to it and just kind of learning as we go. But I have posted a few blogs just on LinkedIn or Twitter. And, we haven't really gotten any response, but I really think it's just kind of ground level what we're doing right now. And it doesn't happen overnight. And we're just kind of in it for the long haul just to see if we can get some new, younger clients in that are accessing that type of information right now.
Do you have a very big following on the social networks?
Not really, no. A lot of his clients are retired or retiring teachers, and sometimes we get possibly their children. So, like I said, we have a wide base of who we're marketing to, but if we can get the younger generation in, that would be wonderful.
Sounds good. Okay. And Mike, you said we had another hand up.
Doug Shields is out there just waiting for a chance to share what he's done with us.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hey, Doug, how are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm going to share. Let's see. I have shared, a couple of months ago, I did a share on a blog post. Didn't really get anything at that time. Of course, didn't expect to. And then this past week, I did again on the exercise deal and getting no contacts there. I have, over the time of having this new website, though, I've had contacts for people requesting term insurance quotes and beneficiary reviews and things like that. So that's positive compared to what I had before, when I had just a simple, what I call a business card type of website. Didn't get any response for years. So I've had more of a positive thing with this new website.
One of the things that we hope, and Kim, this applies to you as well, is that even if people don't click on the link, it's still a chance for them to see your name, see your business, and just kind of refresh their memory that you're there. And the more times they see your name in a positive way, even if they don't go through to your website, ideally, that's going to make them remember you as the person they go to when they have an insurance question or a need coming up. So hopefully this will rise the tide, even if we're not seeing a thunder of traffic coming in. Thank you for that. Let's talk about Google Analytics as well. And so really the same question. And if anybody here has, we went over Google Analytics last month and talked about what it can do and recommended that you install it on your site. And so I just want to see who has taken a few minutes to put Google Analytics on their website. If you have done that, could you just click on the hand-raising icon in the GoToWebinar control panel? Give you all a second to find the button. All right, Mike, what do we see?
We have the technological version of Crickets.
Crickets. Crickets, okay. So really nobody's done this. If you've wanted to do it but couldn't for some reason, maybe let's hear from you. If there's any hands, people who maybe ran into trouble, couldn't get it installed, or tried and didn't succeed for some reason. See if there's anything stopping us from getting it done. Any hands coming up for that?
Nothing yet.
Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Next month, let's get some Google Analytics installed. You know, the business guru, Peter Drucker, his famous saying is, what gets measured gets managed. And Google Analytics is a way to measure what's happening on your website. And you will see if people are coming or not, if they're clicking through or not, and what they're doing. So you might find that there's people coming through your website to look at content you're posting, and they're just, maybe they're calling you, or maybe they're not, but they're still interacting with you in some way. So please do take a few minutes to install this on your site, because without Google Analytics or without a way to measure what's going on your site, you are driving blind, and there's really no way you can effectively improve your online marketing without getting data back. So it's important enough for you to come to the call today. You care about this enough to do that. So if this is important enough to be here today, it's also important enough to take that it'll take you 15 minutes to install this analytics tool on your website. And if there's a reason why you're not doing it besides you just haven't done it, let us know. If there's a technical reason or something else, let us know so we can see if we can help you out. But I want to see all of us have this installed on our sites. Mike, anything you want to add about that?
No, but we do have a question with regard to counters available for the website.
Okay.
And what we can do with that. So I'll let you take that one.
So it's probably like a web page counter, like a hit counter. And there are some counters you can install on your site. I can't think of any off the top of my head. But what they're trying to do is just give you a count of times a page has been viewed. Google Analytics will give you the same sort of data. It will show you how many times a page has been viewed. But it's a lot more accurate in terms of seeing how many unique viewers there are, what pages they went to before and after a page, how they got to your website. So if you're looking for that kind of data, you will get it through this tool. Any other questions about this?
Doesn't look like anything now. That was the last of the questions we've had come in so far. So, and got a hearty thanks from our question provider there. So, all right, go ahead.
Okay, let's talk about the fun stuff. Let's talk about social media integration. This is a new feature that we're about to roll out. It's actually in place. It just has to be turned on. And we need a little bit of help from you to make it work on your website. And the way that our social media integration works, what we're doing is we're trying to automate as much as we can for you so that your online marketing just runs, it just works, it just gets better and better. And so essentially the process that we're doing is you already know that we're posting new blog content to your blog twice a month. So you get new blog posts. And those get added to your website. And what we're going to do next is automate the process of taking those blog posts and sharing them out to social media. So we're going to automatically, whenever a new post gets put on your site, whether it's by us or by you, if you turn this on, it will automatically share that on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And so if you think about this, this is really cool because right now we're adding blog posts to your website, and they might just sit there for a few days. You might miss one. You might not be doing it. And so we're going to just take the sharing of that out to your network just off a manual task and automate it so that as soon as a new blog post goes live in your site, it then goes out to social media. So you're going to see these posts are going to get sent out to your network, and they're going to be clicking through back to your site without you doing anything. This is going to be no work to you besides this initial setup we'll talk about today. And so this is like the dream come true of hands-free marketing where you just get in front of your audience and you can focus on developing new relationships as opposed to doing this technical stuff. Kind of conceptually, if you think about it, what we're doing here is we're letting you share your content to some people, to people you know. Maybe it's your customers, friends, and family on your social networks. And if we all do our job right, if we create content that's interesting and compelling, some of them are going to reshare the content. And so, for example, we had the article I always like to refer to about, is coffee bad for you? Now, if that got posted on your social network in front of all of your contacts, there's a chance that one or two of them would be interested in sharing that article again. And so if a couple of people that you know share the article out to their network, there's a chance that a couple of people in their network will share that again. And then so on and so on. And so the idea here is that by putting your content in the social networks, you're able to dramatically amplify your reach to get to new people that you don't know, but come through your trusted connections. And so this is our goal, where if you think about sharing your content to a few champions, who then share it out to their networks, who then share out to their networks, and so on, it can allow you to get in front of a very large number of people. Not every time, but enough times to make it worth our while. So the way that you turn this on is logging into your control panel, to your Connected Agent website panel, and you go to Site Settings, and I'll show you this in a second. You'll see a few new things show up. On the Site Settings page, you're going to see this blog sharing section. And there's just little buttons for Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And so what I want you to do after this call today is log into your site and then go to the Site Settings page. And again, I'll show you how this works in a second. And as long as you have accounts on each of these networks, go through, click on each icon, and it will walk you through the authorization process to give your website and to give our service permission to write to your profile. Now, we can't download your contacts. We can't kind of spam people. We've turned off any kind of direct messaging functionality. All we're going to be able to do is write to your profile for new blog posts that get submitted. So there's not really any risk to you besides just getting your message out. So let me jump over to my browser. I'll just really quickly show you how this works, give you a sense of how simple it is. Okay. So here's my website. Just a refresher, the blog, which we all get. These are the bi-monthly articles just appearing here. And right now we know we can go to these articles and click on these buttons to share them on social networks. But to automate this process, instead we'll go to our control panel. And in fact, I'm going to go just the full way that we would all go, which is to connectedagent.biz. You'll start here at our website and clicking on Login. It already recognizes me, so it takes me right in. But it might show the login screen. If it does, you'll want to put in your login screen. And then from here, go to Manage Your Site and Site Settings. So this is how you get to the Site Settings page. And then at the very bottom of this page, you'll see these new blog sharing buttons. So For example, to turn on LinkedIn, what I'm going to do is just click on the LinkedIn button. And you're going to see it now redirects me to LinkedIn's site. And it's saying the Connect Agent website would like to access some of your LinkedIn info. It wants to see your profile and your network updates. And so I'll say allow access. And then the next question it's going to ask, let's see here. Okay. Oh, I see why it's trying to redirect me to the secured server. I'll fix that right after this call. Okay. So I now have permission for this to set to LinkedIn. That little technical thing will be solved. It'll take me 2 minutes to deal with. And what will happen now is when I save settings on this page, from now on, any new blog posts that appear on my site will get sent to LinkedIn, and they'll get in front of all my LinkedIn contacts. And I'll go through and do the same thing with Facebook and Twitter. Just click on these icons, and it will walk me through the same permission sharing where I just grant, you'll see it here with Twitter, I grant Twitter access to update tweets for me. And you can see the application cannot direct message or get my passwords. So it's a really easy way to get in there and activate this functionality. One-time deal, and from then on, you should benefit from this automated posting out to your networks. And what you can do instead is focus on growing your social network audience. Any questions on that? If you have a question, feel free to pop your hand up, and we'll see if we can answer it.
Actually, we've got one out there, and it kind of overlaps into some other stuff. But the question is how do we know that quote unquote friends and family want to send potentially salesy stuff to their friends and family? And I think that goes back to what you've talked about before, Aaron. I'll let you expound on it about the 3-2-1 idea, to where you're not bombarding them with salesy stuff.
Yeah.
To where,
yeah.
So just kind of take a minute and run through that really quick, because I'm sure others have the same question.
Yeah. Well, we talk about social networks being, like sometimes like a cocktail party. And if you go to a cocktail party and keep talking about life insurance and how everybody should buy it, you're going to stop being invited to cocktail parties. And the same thing will happen on social networks, where if you're just pushing product and pushing sales messages, you're going to find yourself getting unfriended. And so what we're trying to do with the blog is balance the sales message with more kind of interesting lifestyle, educational content that's relevant to your prospects in your market, but isn't so focused on pushing sales. And so we go look at the blog posts that we are creating, and you can see that some of them are about insurance, some of them about just care in general, and there are others that are really kind of more lifestyle. So for example, this most recent one is 5 smartphone apps to help you live a healthier life. If you go through here, we recommend a bunch of different phone apps that are good for living healthy. Nothing about insurance here, nothing about sales, nothing about product. It's really just a way for you to get in front of your contacts in a good educational way that's relevant to the same general interest as to why they want insurance, but isn't specifically about a product. And so we balance that with the occasional more educational article that's information about insurance products, but not in a salesy way. So you can see here, Steps to Loving Exercise, February is American Heart Month, When the Rainy Day Fund Isn't Enough, 10 Benefits of Drinking Water. These are all kind of good things that people are going to be curious about seeing that aren't going to cross the line of being too salesy. So that's a really good question, really good point. Thank you for bringing that up. Any other questions come in about social media integration and how the blog functionality works?
Kind of an extension of the other question there, Aaron, about how the social prospect would make the connection to call that particular individual if they have a question.
Mm-hmm. Well, I told the story last time about the housekeeper that we hired, and they had sent an email out just about the fact that they were on the local news channel talking about the minimum wage, which is kind of similar. They were just getting in front of their prospects. They had our email address. They emailed us, not at all a sales message. And that jogged my wife and my thinking, which is, our lives are crazy. We have 2-year-old twins. We need help. We need somebody to come clean the kitchen every other week for us. And that, just the contact from that provider was enough to make us remember that we needed to call somebody, and that they got the call, they got the business. Our hope is that the same thing will happen here, that somebody might see this 5 smartphone apps to help you live a healthier life. Let's say this comes through Facebook, and they click through here, and this might be just enough to tip their thinking, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to Aaron about a long-term care policy. My parents are getting old, and I've seen kind of what they're going through, and I want to make sure that I'm protected for my kids. And so this is just a chance for you to jog their memory about you and about the fact that you can help them with an insurance question. And so if that spark of thought happens in somebody's mind, which is a good chance it will if you get in front of enough people, they will get here and they will see your phone number and they will pick it up and they will call you. Or they might even just go through your website and read a bit about long-term care insurance and then solidify the fact that this website is the place that they go to for resources and information on long-term care. So it is related. Even though it's not directly related, it's a way to get yourself in front of people and jog their memory about what you can offer them.
Travis has a good point about archiving stuff he was going to jump in here with, so take it away, Mr. McQueen.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was listening to that about the point about making that 3-2-1 social media one. But we actually had a webinar on that concept. So I was just going to remind people that they can always go to our website and to our YAIM YouTube channel and go back and look at watch those webinars to get them familiar. Well, we can't really explain those concepts here in the 50 minutes we have here for the user group meeting. So you're always welcome to go back and watch those if you're unfamiliar with those concepts. So
good
I just
point,
wanted
Travis.
to put out a reminder for people.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
All right, well let's move forward, Aaron. Thanks, Travis.
Okay, let's go ahead and open up the floor, and we want to hear from you. Maybe some success stories if you've gotten a lead or gotten a customer off of your website recently. If you've had something happen that you want to talk about, if you have a challenge you want to talk about.
I'm unmuting as fast as I can, so give me just a minute here. Okay, I think we got everybody unmuted, so those who have questions, fire away. And for those of you who don't, but you're unmuted now, if you'd hit *6 so that we don't have feedback and background noise and dogs barking and alarm systems going off and such, we'd appreciate it. So, success stories. Anybody want to share anything by way of a success story with us? Okay, well, I got to believe there's some success stories out there, but I guess our folks are just being a little demure when it comes to that. So, any other than the lead thing, because we've covered that before, are there challenges that you're having out there? Again, if you are unmuted and you don't have anything right now, if you'd hit *6, we'd appreciate it. That'll keep the background noise off the call. So any challenges, again, we've already covered the lead thing on a previous call. Any other challenges that folks are having out there that we can help you with?
Yes, this is Doug.
Go ahead.
I'm on the manager site in the blog sharing, and I missed a little bit of the start of that. I'm on that part of the site, and I clicked on like the Facebook or whatever, nothing happens. Where do you enter the information to get that automatic sharing going?
It should take you through to the Facebook page. I'll take a look at it. I know there is a secure server configuration thing I'm going to fix for the LinkedIn one. I might be true with Facebook also. So give me about 10 minutes after this call to go in and make a quick adjustment.
Okay.
Anything else out there that, by way of challenges and such, that we can help you with? Well, I guess we must be doing a really good job, Aaron.
Good to hear.
Or else they're not telling us. We did have a question about setting up professional Facebook accounts versus personal.
You know, I don't really have a strong answer to that. I think it's okay to share your personal blog or your own blog on your personal account, as long as you're not doing too much self-promotion. So do what feels right to you.
Okay. That's
You know,
good.
Aaron, just to add some color to that, sometimes it's great to share stuff on a personal account, but that's not directly related to the product you're selling, that showcases that you're an expert in it. So sometimes if you want to, around tax time, you know, maybe share some tax advice, but around products or services that you're selling or something like that, and then possibly leaving your URL, so what you said resonated, they can go find your website and read more about how you can support them in some long-term care planning efforts via products, or sometimes travel tips with insurance, or things that are, you're selling life insurance and maybe you're going to talk about a travel tip or something here. Just, you know, way to get in there with a non-threatening voice and showing that you care about what they're doing. Just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thanks, Jonas. All right. Next question then. What do you want to learn? What can we help you with? We're putting a lot of information out here, and the feedback we're getting from you is that, candidly, most of you aren't doing very much with it. So we're continuing to try to come up with ideas to help you make more of this opportunity, but you got to take the time. It's a little bit like a garden that if you don't put a little bit of time into it at the beginning, there isn't going to be anything farther down the line. John Knight, we're getting some serious feedback on your end of it there. Okay, now we're not because I fixed that. Okay, anyway, as I said a minute ago, it's a little bit like a garden. You've got to be doing some things at the beginning to hope to have anything mid-range or down the road. So what can we help you folks with to get more out of this site that you're going to follow up with? Got a note here, Bonnie wants to learn more about Google Analytics. That's something that I think probably we could handle offline, Aaron,
Yep.
to get into more details. Would that be correct?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, we'll take care of that. We'll reach out to you offline, Bonnie. Anybody else out there with anything? Harry Crosby, we're going to have somebody give you a call when we're done here, and they'll work with you on the particular thing that you raised. So anything else out there by way of things that we can make available to you to help you learn, help you do more with this? What do you want to learn? Well, we'll still come up with some other great ideas along the way. So with that, and with no other questions coming up, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up again. This is being archived. As Travis noted earlier, you'll be able to find it off the Connected Agent website, connectedagent.biz. You can also find it out there on the AIM YouTube channel. So if you haven't been to all the calls going all the way back until September, if you're new to the program, I'd recommend you go in there and get yourself up to speed, because we have a lot of good information there, as you'll see. And I would also recommend that you take the time after you watch each one of them and follow the steps that Aaron's walking you through so that you have the opportunity to get the most out of it. So that said, Aaron, anything else on your end that we want to cover, or Jonas?
Nothing from me.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, Travis, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I've noticed that people are asking questions about, the Facebook personal and business, and a lot of social media with this new integration thing that's going in with automatically sharing to their social media. Like I said earlier, I would, if that's the main question that's coming up, I would go back and watch those social media. We've had a few webinars that cover different things on social media sharing, just go back and we can send out a Connect Agent email to everybody that has our new YouTube channel with all the webinars on there. So I would just say, go look at that social media webinar. It explains it pretty well, and I don't think you'll have questions next month about it because you'll know all the answers.
Great idea. And there's a ton of resources out there. We've had 6 of these 45-minute Connected Agent user group sessions. I think you'll find there's a lot of good info out there. You might be able to find the answer to your question on one of those. So, okay. Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody. Anything else on you guys' end, Wes or Travis, on the technical end of things, if you will?
Nope, looking good here.
All right, very good. Thanks, Travis, for your input on that. That was good. With that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap everything up. Next user group for April will be, for May. We're not going to do another one in April. The May user group will be May 14th. As always, it's a Wednesday, and as always, it'll be 9 o'clock Pacific time. If for some reason there's an issue on scheduling on our end, we'll let you know within a couple days, but that's where we're going on that one. That said, thanks for your time, everybody. We appreciate it, and we will we'll look to connect with you again soon.
Thank you.
All righty. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye now.